Welcome guys to Dogs of War YouTube channel. Today we have round 3 of our X-Wing Store Champion tournament between Ben and Roger. And commentary you have me, Jesus,
and me, Josh.
We saw Ben's list last round.
Yep, he was in the last round at this table,
which composed of 2 X-Wing rookie pilots, 1 B-Wing Blue Squadron, 3 Z-95 Headhunters Bandit Squadron.
Bandits. So a bunch of pilot skill 2 guys.
Yep.
And for the exciting part, on Roger's side, we have Boba Fett and the Fire Spray, obviously, with Navigator and Lone Wolf. The rear admiral is the Decimator. He has the Rebel Captive, Predator, and engine upgrades on him.
Okay, and another Decimator. I'm excited. See if
I think there was, I want to say 4 lists that were running Decimators in the tournament.
Oh, nice. See if quantity is better than quality.
So, a significant difference in play from Ben and from the last game we saw him in. He kind of did a little slow play and then went through the asteroids. This one, it looks like he's just beelining it down the field.
Yep. I'm assuming he's trying to catch up to the Decimator.
The Decimator is a very fast ship,
and trying to isolate it so he only gets 1 shot back while he's shooting 6 times.
Yep.
And you can see the sprays all out in the corner.
Oh, and he's only doing a 1 maneuver,
which
may get him out of some arcs, but giving the Decimator a little hack. But there you go. He's gonna boost the beat. See, that's crazy. He did a 1 maneuver forward, and then another 1 maneuver forward, and that much displacement is
a lot.
I mean, yes, you're using your action to go forward, but look, those ships are that far forward, and they're nowhere near that Decimator where it looks like they may have had a shot.
And now they're a lot more closer, so
yeah.
Together.
And Boba Fett doesn't want to be really close to Decimator.
Why?
Because he has Lone Wolf, which is if he's in range 1 or 2 of another friendly ship. If he's not within range 1 or 2 of a friendly ship, he gets to reroll 1 attack die and 1 defense die.
Oh.
So Ben not really caring about asteroids too with his formations.
Ben is all about the formation. If the formation requires you to go through an asteroid, then asteroid it is. He does not break formation. We saw that in game 2 and round 2. So,
yep.
But then again, Ben is 2-0, and I think also same for the Roger. Okay, so here comes the Fire Spray. So
the Fire Spray's turning around.
Yeah.
And the Decimator's just kind of chugging along.
So I'm assuming the Decimator cannot get that very sharp angle like the Fire Spray can.
Actually, the 2 ships have very almost identical maneuvers on their dials. The only difference is where their green maneuvers are. For Fire Spray, the soft 1s and straight 1s are green, and the straight 2 is green. For the Decimator, it's actually the soft 2s that are green, and the straight 3 is green for it. So it likes to move forward. But the Fire Spray does have a K-turn, where the Decimator does not.
Okay, yeah. So it looks like he's planning to face the squadron head on.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how that's going to turn out. In my experience, 6 ships versus 1 large one equals a very bad turn for the large one.
Just a lot of fires.
Uh-huh. And half of those ships have 3 dice apiece, even if they're not at close range. So I would expect Ben to be soft turning into the asteroid field here. Maybe just going straight. But I doubt that. And for Roger, what do you do with your fire spray right now? I would actually try to change up my attack pattern, do a hard left with the Decimator, and do a hard right with my fire spray. So that I'm at least getting my rear arc.
The worst thing you could do for Roger is move fire spray forward and not have any shots with your Decimator.
Ooh.
And then Ben will be able to, pick off the fire spray.
See, Ben's anticipating that he could break off to the right-hand side. So Ben is expanding his firing arcs, which is really good of him.
He does a very good job with that. With making sure he covers all the angles. He wants every movement to have some type of fire on it.
Rolling because the template touched the asteroid. And let's see what we got going down with the a bunch of focuses, a target lock even on that back Z95. Oh, I think that happened like first turn, so that focus is not on the middle Z95.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. You're going left.
The Decimator's going left. Fire spray's going right.
Okay.
Just so that he can keep his rear arc, because he has a rear firing arc.
He doesn't have a 360 though.
No, he has essentially a 180, which is only his front and rear. But it's better than only having a 90 and fixed, right?
Yeah.
So there is a range 3 shot at the far range B-wing from the Decimator.
So both big ships are going to go after the B-wing.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Which is not the target that you want to shoot at, really.
3 hits? 1 dodge. 2 shields.
Okay. And the fire spray, which I believe is in range 2 of that other ship, so which we're measuring now. So he can't do 1 reroll kind of thing. But some hefty damage going down onto the fire spray. Or the B-wing, excuse me.
3 hits.
3 hits.
1 dodge.
1 dodge. You can't re-roll anything because you're still in range there. That's why I would have liked to maybe do the hard turn instead of the going forward 1, keeping with the fire spray. But I think the distances would have been an even amount. So 1 hit. It looks like at least 1 dodge. Focusing for 2 hits.
2 dodge.
1 hit. And 1 dodge.
Wow.
That fire spray is doing work. Is doing work.
That guy is called a tank.
So the weird part for the fire spray is it won't get a shot next turn unless it goes forward or a K-turn. But really, you don't want a K-turn with the fire spray since it has that rear firing arc.
Yeah.
So just how far forward do you go? Because those X-wings are in kind of a flanking formation.
Yeah, because I'm assuming Ben is going to set up his guys, so if the fire spray turns to the left, that they'll stay within the blind spot.
Oh yeah.
of
That
the.
really, if the fire spray turns to the left, its left, that it's not going to get a shot at all, unless Ben somehow moves in front of it, which I don't see possible even
But then
at this
again,
angle.
Will Ben also wants to remember he likes to cover all angles.
Hmm.
I'm assuming he's going to try to cover that, but also he's going to try to cover if he moves forward.
Yeah, that and really the same for the X-wings. They're really going to be doing a soft maneuver to the left. I foresee, or at least.
Ooh.
But I'm wrong from time to time as well. I mean, oh, they're both going that way. Wow.
Well, the Decimator is the target, I guess.
Maybe after that continuous fire whiffing continuously, he's decided, okay, I'm going to go after a target that can't dodge all my attacks.
True.
So every single shot that I can put out there goes towards something. Which I played a game actually against this list in the first round. And the second round. And
Ooh.
Lone Wolf on a bumping, but ensuring arcs, I think, is what that really is doing.
No, it's just when it comes to X-Wing, man, I don't like models moving. Just because it's very crucial. Every little centimeter counts. Did he move left?
He did move left. He did a soft maneuver,
Yeah.
keeping some of the ships in his arc, which I was anticipating a hard maneuver. So, good job there. And moving forward 4. So those guys in that fixed arc, yep, there we go. Just boosting out of the arc. It's ships with that boost action.
Oh, they're
is
so hard
very
to get
difficult.
to.
And especially large ships with that boost action.
Yep.
There's just so much
Is it an
displacement.
upgrade they put it on it to
It's a modification.
modification?
Yep. And now we gotta try and see. Well, we're gonna do some shooting first. I guess that's allowable. One hit,
Wow.
and you're within that penalizing
Yeah.
Lone Wolf area, so no rerolls.
How much points is Lone Wolf?
I want to say 3 points.
Okay.
So it's on.
Not that much.
It's on that same bracket as Push the Limit. A lot of those nice offensive cards, but Lone Wolf has the benefit of also rerolling for blanks. Lone Wolf has that benefit of also being used in the defensive side as well. So I think this is the B-wing firing at the fire spray, and it takes 3 damage. Boom. Only has 1 shield left. Which is the only shot from the rebel side.
The Decimator is being.
The Decimator is just kiting around. It's so annoying. You look at the ship and you're like, okay, it's a hulking piece of
Metal.
it's a hulking Imperial design that is perfect, but the size of it makes you give the impression that it can't evade, it can't move fast, all these things. I mean, it even has a 0 agility, so it obviously isn't a maneuverable ship. But in actuality, it's a very fast ship, especially with the engine upgrades.
Yeah.
I mean, when it can move forward 4 for a white action, or a white maneuver, that's great.
Yeah, here comes
we're
turning in.
Hard turning into some, trying to set up a firing formation. So the obvious target here is the Decimator, because the fire spray is going to be out of range. Because even if it does a soft 1 maneuver, half of those ships won't even get to fire at it. Interestingly enough, he target locks the fire spray. But that could be for later investments, which is still not a bad idea. So,
Let's see if the Decimator can get us out of this one. Don't think he could get out.
he's looking at Navigator for his Boba Fett card. Essentially, what Navigator allows him to do on top of...
Wow.
yeah, just boom. And he gets a firing arc, too. What Navigator does is when you reveal a maneuver, you can change the speed of that maneuver. And Boba Fett, if you reveal a bank maneuver, you can swap that. So if Boba Fett reveals a bank maneuver, he can essentially do any of the bank maneuvers, left, right, all speeds. So it's an interesting card to have up on him. Ow. That Decimator's in...
Yeah,
all in front of all those ships.
About to take the pain.
What was that, a hard 2 or a soft 2?
I think it was soft 2.
If he went a soft 3 and then boosted, I think he may have been out of a lot of those arcs.
Yeah.
But he's taking the opportunity to be a little bit aggressive right now. Are you in range 2?
Ugh, it's killing him.
Looks like it's in range 2 still, yep. Oh. Nope. A bunch of range 2 shots. Or range 3 still. Some of those, at least one of those ships are shooting through an asteroid though, so your 1 dice of justice, nothing. So it's going to take a damage. Boop. Next one. This one.
Hit a crit.
What's the critical effect?
Shields.
The hit gets absorbed by the shield, and then the crit goes through. Because you always apply the hits and then the crits. He had 1 shield left.
Oh, he's got hit already.
Mm-hmm. The first ship did 3 points of damage.
Oh, okay. I thought it had like 8 shields.
No, it has 4 shields and 12 hit points.
Okay.
It's not a shield tanking ship. It's a health tanking ship, which generally is bad.
No, yeah, you want shield tanking ship.
Yeah. I think that's why the B-Wings have been more favored over the Y-Wings.
Yeah.
I mean, on top of the fact that the Y-Wings only have 2 primary attack. So, 4 damage onto the hull of the Decimator. It only has 8 life left. Or 8 hull points left. Life.
You can't afford another volley like that.
Even the fire spray is down to 1 shield, so it only has 7 hit points left. So, and looking at these rebel ships,
They all have shields.
yeah, all of them have at least 1 shield, so they haven't taken a sufficient beating from this kind of kiting play. It just doesn't seem like he's been picking off those ships in the early game like Roger has needed to in order to defeat this rebel swarm. So what are we going to do? Hard turning? Yep. That'll most likely keep the Decimator in its arc. An interesting play would be doing a hard turn
left.
Yep, against this formation, most likely bumping, but would dodge almost all of those arcs. Yep. He won't get his action either, but he'll be in range 1, which the Rear Admiral wants to be in, and all of those ships are pilot skill 2, so Predator is doing work for him. Okay. So, ships have moved on the rebel side. He's actually K-turning. Okay. Oh no, that's bad. You can't even boost forward 1, so you're gonna have that's a lot of range 2 shots. And I think every single ship has an arc on the Decimator right now, too.
Yeah, it might be. I think so.
Even that rear Z95, I think, has at least a range 3 shot. And he's target locking. I don't think you need the target lock with Predator, since it's active on all of your ships. But what do you do? Focus? You pretty much have an autofocus with at this range. So it's range 2. Okay, so we're gonna apply a crit. So
2 hits.
2 hits. So its shields are gone.
Yep.
And the long range shot to the Z95. Right? No? Was it just out of range?
Takes 2 more shot and a crit. 1 shot and a crit.
Boo, boo, boo. Going to the B-Wing. A hit. Oh, had a focus result, so nothing because it doesn't have a focus.
Wow. The Decimators.
Oh, God. The Decimator is going kablooey really quickly. 9. Right? No. Was that 10 or 11? Focus for 2 hits. Boop, boop. Think that's a dead Decimator. Do, 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 do. Yeah. That was messy. Just with that amount of attacks,
No,
you can't do
Ben
anything.
did a great job and taking the focus away from the fire spray and focusing on the Decimator.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes every single of it hits count, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, Ben is in a deep boo-boo. Just because now, to try to get those points back, you know, it's going to be a lot, trying to destroy a lot of his ships.
Yeah.
And that's what makes these swarms lists hard.
You have to pick off ships,
you know,
early so that you have an even playing field.
Because if you're bringing these 2 big ships, they kill one of your big ships. You need to kill like 3 or 4 theirs.
And in order to have that kind of concentration fire, you have to be within that swarm sweet spot.
Yeah.
So going forward 1, kind of let the fire spray do whatever it's going to do. I mean, it can only go forward 1 or 2, or soft turn to the right, really, with a 1. But that's going to get them on top of the asteroid, so that's really not even a choice here. So I'd probably anticipate a 1 forward from the fire spray. Unless he chooses not to clear stress, but I don't see a maneuver that he could do. And unless a soft 3...
Why is he changing his dial?
The navigator lets him change it when he reveals it, so he can change it to a different speed. So I guess he was...
He's just going heads on.
Well, that is the ship without shield as well.
Lone Wolf.
Well, Lone Wolf can actually do stuff now.
I don't know. Technically, the wreckage is somewhere in there, in that quadrant.
3. I see 2 dodges, so 1 hit goes through. That's not what you want.
No.
Z95. Do it. Nothing. B-Wing. Range 3. A hit. Plenty of dodge. Going with the Z95 for 2 hits. 1 dodge. There goes the last shield. Z95.
How much hit points does it have?
Has 6. 2 hits. 0 dodge. No, you had Lone Wolf to re-roll one of those, but 3 hits. 1 dodge. Again, Lone Wolf. but
Lone Wolf can trigger against each.
Every single attack, he can reroll
Wow.
1 blank result. As long as he doesn't have a friendly ship within range 1 or 2. Which,
he's forgetting it all.
yeah,
every single
this
shot.
entire turn. And
Yep.
Boy, I mean, granted, it may have just delayed the inevitable, but I mean,
Yep.
it's-
Good game
it
for
is what it
Ben.
is.
He didn't even lose a ship. It was
No.
completely.
Uh,
Good luck to
Roger.
Roger. And so, guys, thank you for watching.
Mhm.
See you in the next one.